Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dive into something that could totally change your workflow, turning artificial intelligence from just a neat toy into your most powerful teaching assistant. We'll cover it all, from quick, easy wins to crafting expert-level lesson plans. And it all comes down to mastering one simple thing: how you ask.
So let's start with the question that's probably on your mind. Is this whole AI thing actually a time saver, or is it just another time waster? I bet a lot of you have felt both. You hear the hype, you give it a try, and the results are, well, kind of meh. You are definitely not alone in that.
But here's the secret, the real key to all of this. The quality you get out of an AI is a direct reflection of the quality you put in. It's all about the prompt. You know, the difference between a generic, useless response and a truly game-changing lesson plan is literally just how you ask.
Okay, so let's get into it. The best way to think about AI is not as some magic wand. Think of it more like a brilliant, super fast, but very, very literal teaching assistant. It can do incredible things, but it needs crystal clear instructions. It's not going to guess what you mean. It will do exactly what you tell it to do.
And the great news is, you don't have to be a coding genius to get amazing results. Not at all. Let's start with some quick wins. I'm talking prompts you can literally copy and paste today to start saving time and making some fantastic resources.
Need a quiz, like right now? Try these. Just ask for 10 multiple-choice questions about a specific topic. Or have it create a detailed rubric for an assignment you've just cooked up. And this one is my favorite. You can just paste in a transcript from a video and tell it to pull out 5 open-ended questions. It's unbelievably fast.
Okay, now let's talk about the fun stuff, classroom activities. Feeling stuck on how to start a lesson? Ask it for 5 fun ways to kick things off. Want to make history more interactive? Have it design a choose-your-own-adventure story. I mean, how cool is that? Or if you need to get a good debate going, just ask it for discussion topics. These simple prompts become your new brainstorming partner.
And what about all that administrative work, the emails? AI is an absolute lifesaver here. It can draft a professional, thoughtful reply to a worried parent. It can structure your entire weekly newsletter. Or it can build reusable email templates for all that staff communication. Seriously, this alone could give you hours back every single week.
So those quick wins are fantastic, right? But to really level up, to go from pretty good results to truly great ones, we need to be a little more intentional. And that's where a structured framework comes into play. We're going to start with what's called the 5S framework.
So this basically breaks your request down into 5 simple layers. First, you set the scene. You tell the AI who it is. You are an instructional designer. Then be specific. What exactly do you want it to do? Simplify. Just talk to it like a person. And this next one is key. Structure the output. Tell it the format you want, like a table or bullet points. And finally, provide feedback to tweak and perfect the results.
You know, most people start with a prompt that looks something like this. It's not wrong, but it's so vague. The AI has to guess at everything: the grade level, the type of questions, what to focus on. So, of course, the results you get back is going to be generic. And boom, this shows the difference perfectly. On the left, our simple, vague prompt. On the right, a prompt using the 5 S's. We gave it a role, a history teacher. We got super specific about the number of questions, the grade level, and the topic. And we told it exactly how to structure the output as a table with an answer key. The quality of what you get back will be night and day.
Okay, so you've mastered the quick wins. You're using the 5S framework. Now it's time for the pro move. When you need to create something really comprehensive, something mission-critical for your class, you need an even more powerful structure, and that is the CPI method.
CPI stands for context, question, and instruction. This is where you give the AI a rich, detailed picture of your classroom. The context is your teaching reality, your students, your resources. The question is what you specifically need. And the instruction is a precise command for how you want the final output to look.
Let's make this real. Look at this example. A 6th grade math teacher lays out the context: public school, 28 diverse learners, limited tech. The question is, for 3 different teaching approaches for fractions, plus a full lesson plan for the best one. And the instruction is incredibly specific. Give me a summary, the 3 approaches, a detailed lesson plan, and even generate 5 slides. This is how you get professional level stuff.
So what happens when you feed an AI a prompt with that much detail and clarity? You don't just get an idea back. You get a complete, ready-to-go teaching package. Let's look at what the AI actually created from that one prompt.
First, it didn't just give one idea.
It created 3 totally different teaching strategies, like problem-based learning and an inverted classroom model. But get this, because the prompt mentioned the limited tech, it actually recommended the third option, using supermarket flyers, because it was the most viable and inclusive choice. How smart is that?
Next, it created a full 2-day lesson plan based on that supermarket flyer idea. And look at the detail. It has timings, specific activities like offer detectives, and it mixes group work with presentations and individual assessment. This is a plan a teacher could literally use tomorrow.
And finally, it even made the slides. It provided the titles and main ideas for a 5-slide presentation to go with the lesson. So from one single really well thought out prompt, the teacher got strategy, a lesson plan, and all the teaching materials. The lesson here is that the time you invest in the prompt pays off like 10 times over in the output.
So we've kind of gone on a whole journey here, right? From just tossing out simple commands to building these sophisticated, structured requests. The shift from just asking a question to really directing the AI, that is the secret to everything. This slide really brings it all home. On one side, you've got your simple prompts. They give you generic ideas, the quality is a total coin toss, and you always have to do a ton of editing. On the other side, using structured frameworks like the 5S and CPI get you tailored professional products with consistent, high-quality results that are pretty much ready to go. That's the goal.
So, as we wrap up, the real question isn't, what can AI do anymore? The real question is, what will you ask it to do? With these frameworks, you now have the tools to go from being a basic user to being an expert director of your own AI assistant. You can create materials that are perfectly designed for your students, your classroom, and your teaching style. So what are you going to have your AI assistant create for you tomorrow?